All right, in this video, we're going to talk about reasons why people move to San Luis Obispo. And today I have a very special guest, Josie Long here. She is a longtime Shell Beach parent. Our kids went to Shell Beach Elementary together, and now they're young adults. But we have a good feel of what people are telling us, and Josie herself has moved away, lived here, and come back. So we have some insight for you to help you figure out where you want to land. If you've been thinking about moving to the Central Coast, San Luis Obispo, or its surrounding areas in particular, this video is for you. So we're going to get to it, and we're going to get to it right now. All right, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're coming back, we're glad to see you here. So in this channel, we talk about things that have to do with San Luis and its surrounding areas, helping you save some time and money as you're researching the area, trying to figure out where you want to land here on the Central Coast. So you got to give us a call, text, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future content. And we're working really hard to bring you the information. We're going to get right into it. We're going to break down 5 reasons of why people move to the area. Stay to the very end because we have some good nuggets, and there's some things that could be very important to you that you just don't want to miss. So we're not saying these in a particular order, but we are kind of giving you the first one that we feel across the board is always mentioned to us as to why people move here to the Central Coast and why they love it so much. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the weather. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more?
The amazing weather. So I've moved away twice, learned my lesson this time. So the 2 times I moved away, well, one time was San Diego, so the weather's beautiful there. The other time I moved to Fresno for a year, and I was battling with the Tule fog and the freezing cold elements, and then the extreme heat in the summertime and staying indoors. And I was thinking, I'm never going to move from the Central Coast again. I need to stay in my little bubble of, 72 to 74 degrees year round. And I'm perfectly fine not having the seasons like that.
Right. So another thing that we just want to make you aware of is that there are microclimates throughout the county. San Luis proper itself, because it's not right directly to the coast by the ocean, you're not going to get that coastal influence. So for that reason, people select or are, target San Luis Obispo itself to move, here. So we just want to let you know that in North County, which is about 20-30 minutes north of San Luis Obispo proper itself, is you will feel the 4 seasons. And that's where you will have some layers, jackets, evening times get really cold, colder than you will down South County area. So yeah, just letting you know, our weather is really great. You're not going to see snow, but you're going to be able to drive to it 3 hours either direction from us. And that, as you know, the Central Coast, or if you don't know, the Central Coast, San Luis Obispo, is right pretty much in the middle of California. So that is another plus, to our location. So the weather is prime, very mild and moderate, and a lot of people can enjoy it. And there's also some cooler areas near the coast that will also give you that type of climate if that is what you desire. If you want a cooler place to live, a little bit more fog, a little bit colder, a little bit damp, like in Morro Bay. But in the general sense, the weather is top notch. You can't beat it. And that's what we're known for here on the Central Coast in San Luis Obispo. All right. So the next thing we want to let you know that is enjoyable here and why people move to the Central Coast is that, or San Luis Obispo, is that, we just don't experience really high crime in our area. You're going to hear of things. I mean, we're not excluded for anything, but in general, as I've raised a family, I've become a single, person, all that, it's like, I feel pretty safe. And there, there's traveling nurses that I know very well. Anywhere they end up landing on in San Luis Obispo or surrounding areas, you feel pretty good. So always be cautious. I'm not saying, let your guard completely down, but I will tell you, several people leave their doors unlocked and things like that. You just kind of feel that comfort, especially when you're on acreage properties. So, there is that. It's really nice to have that you just feel safe and the crime is really low. And, Josie coming from a different area can just tell you her own experience.
Yeah, so I'm a runner. And so when I lived here, I ran outside trail running all the time by myself, felt totally comfortable. My first day that I moved to Fresno, well, first of all, I had to wait till 8 o'clock at night until the temperature maybe got below 100 so that I could run outside. And when I went on a run, I had someone pull over immediately just saying, you don't run out at night here, you're going to get mugged and it's not safe. And I ran every day for the year we were there at Georgia Brown Fitness on my treadmill, and I never went outside. And I love to be outside, and here, as soon as I was back, I could trail run, be outside, run day, evening, whatever, and have felt, totally safe at all times here. So for those of us that like to be outdoors and active, I was, elated to be back here.
Yeah, so that is a definite plus for our area and something that really is attractive to a lot of people. All right, so one of the big bonuses that I would say for our area is that we just have really amazing clean air. There's some areas with high density housing, bigger cities, you're just going to experience smog, you're going to experience all the things from the cars, pollution, all those things that you see. And just depending on the location, some of these areas sit like in a bowl and everything just sits. There's no circulation of air. And because of our coast and all the things that we have here, it is just a much better place to live. We do have some, you will experience some allergies around the springtime. We're not excluded from that because we have a lot of things that come into bloom. We have oak trees. There's some things that just go into the air that you might be susceptible. So you really want to do your research on that. But for the most part, again, clean air is why people are attracted to our area as well. And you actually have an experience, right, Josie, that you want to share?
So like I said, I like to work out. And one of the times I was living in San Diego, the team I was on, a volleyball team, was outside working out, and they had an air pollution alert day. And it said for every hour of exercise that you do outside, it was the equivalency of smoking a pack of cigarettes. And so for people that like to be outdoors, we like to be active, that put a big damper on it for me. And I was like, I have to be outside and I have to move. Same thing when I was living in Fresno, there'd be days there's the mountain range and you couldn't see the mountains and it was just the smog laying there. And so I was like, back here, I didn't have to deal with the smog. You just have that ocean breeze that's constantly kind of blowing through here. Like you said, so many people in my family are battling with allergies and get their allergy shots and all this. And I have none of it just because of like this area. And so many times they come visit me and they're like, my allergies are gone. I don't have to deal with that so bad versus, being in the valley or something.
Yeah. So the your quality of life improves if you've been trying to figure out where to relocate within California, or if you're researching, just San Luis Obispo itself. That's one of our perks. And that leads us to let you know that because we have this clean air and all of the things that you can do, is you get to enjoy a lot of outdoor activities that we have most of the year, all year long, pretty much. Each town has its own little thing going on throughout the year. So we just wanted to share a few of those with you. Which one do you want to start off with?
We have so many different summer concert series. So if we started in like a Rio Grande, we were talking about in the village. What's your favorite one?
Right. So in the village, there's the deli there across from Rooster Creek. And that one has outdoor, bands usually playing. And then there's concerts in the park there. So there's always something going on put on by our Rotary clubs or the city. So that's ongoing most of the year too. So then that's just all the time.
Yeah, and then we have Gerber Beach. They also at the park there put on a whole summer concert series. And then we move up to Dinosaur Caves.
Pismo Beach, you have concerts during the summer. Then you have art in the park, and you have their movie night. Yeah, so for the kids and all that. So in San Luis, you have concerts in the plaza. That's right by the Mission, downtown San Luis Obispo. You're gonna have a band and people are dancing. You can go out to dinner. And that's just the vibe. That's just the vibe throughout the whole county, not just in San Luis Obispo, but all throughout the whole county. We're going to have things like that. In Avila Beach, again, you have Friday nights during the summer. It's certain months out of the year. Again, there's merchants that are there, farmers market, kettle corn. There's a band playing every week, every Friday. You can take the trolley out there for free or donation, and that's always a lot of fun. So and going up to Cayucas, Morro Bay, all the areas, there's just always something going on throughout the year, because our environment, our clean air and our weather just facilitates that, and that's just something that the quality of life that you're going to be able to have here in San Luis. And that is one of the reasons that people do gravitate to our area. So, just take note of that. All right. So we hope that you're enjoying this information, that it's bringing you some value, and that you're getting a good feel about San Luis. And if that's the case, give the video a like. That helps other people just like you find the information. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future content, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to know about here in the area in San Luis or its surrounding areas. We'll go find out. We're working really hard. More videos are coming to you. So just be sure and reach out if you need anything. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to know. All right. So here's another reason why people move to the area and gravitate here, is that we have pretty safe schools with really great high ratings, public schools that have high ratings here in our area. So Josie will touch a little bit more about that, because she has the background and she's in the trenches of the schools. And so she'll give us, and we do have another video, very detailed video that we did prior. So we'll bring that up here so that you can click on that, and we'll put it in the description so that you can link to it. If you're a family and looking for more details about the schools themselves, we did that for you, and that's available to go and check out. So what are we going to talk about with the schools?
Well, so I've been a public school teacher for 28 years. And so one of my first year that I taught, I was teaching in Central Unified, right off the 99 in Fresno. Just like how scary it was there, we had, locked down the fencing at all times. If I forgot something in my classroom, I wasn't allowed back in. There was security, it would lock it down. You had to be off campus by, 4:30 or something. We had full-time painters that were painting all the graffiti and the tagging, like constantly. And there was drive-bys happening, and I didn't feel safe. You had to pay attention to what color shirt you were wearing, and I remember not having children at that time, thinking, I don't feel safe here. I don't know if I want my kids to go, someplace like that, I don't feel safe in my work environment. So I transferred to the CMR, which is right here on the Central Coast, our main school district. That's a unified school district. And I was just telling Bernice that one of the things that they've really upped in the last several years is our fencing around the schools. The only way in and out, points of entry, are through the front offices. Yes, it's safe enough that after school, if I forget something, I can go walk on campus and, go to my classroom. We don't have full-time painters, and I don't think about like, okay, what am I wearing? Am I gonna, it makes me bad wearing this color or something like that. And so I just feel like that environment, this is where our children have gone to school. I've just been so much happier and just so much more at ease, knowing that it's that safe environment for them to be in.
And we know it's a sensitive subject, in many areas, but we just wanted to share our experience. Our kids are now young adults, but, I have friends now that have children as well. I have two nieces, that are 6 and 8. So it's like, I know that feeling, and I know the concern for that. So I think our area is really stepping up that a ton, but not more than a notch on that security for our community, our schools. So that's something that's a huge benefit, as you're trying to, put your kids in public school. If that's the case, there are some great private schools as well in our community, but we just wanted to share that with you. All right. So the last thing we want to let you know about why people move here to San Luis and its surrounding areas is that our area can facilitate all walks of life, or all walks of your stages in your life, I should say. So right now we see, and this has been for a long time, is a retirement destination. And again, for the reasons that we just explained, the weather, the air, being able to be outside, those types of things are just a draw to people that are in retirement stages of their life. If they were working in the Bay Area in high density, Los Angeles, and they still want to stay in California, there's a gravitation here. Also from the Central Valley, we see a lot of people migrating here from the Central Valley, and then from other states that have thought of, retiring in the Golden State of California. It has been a dream for many people. So people seem to land on the Central Coast because it's, again, the location factor, centrally located in California, with the weather, with the clean air, all the things. So that we see that a lot. Then and of course, when they're coming, they've already got their, their nest egg and all that. So the pricing of the real estate doesn't seem to be quite a factor for that generation. Now, moving along, we have young professionals, San Luis Obispo, we have small businesses. This area really, supports that, small businesses of whatever that may be. So people that, have the money to start up a business and all that, we see that here, and they can afford the housing and all that. Now we do have our young families that have been established and come to the area. And some of those families are financially in a position to move into the area, that have sold their homes in the higher density areas for a high ticket price and can get something really desirable here in our area. However, there is a shift happening in our young family demographic, and we'll have Josie touch on that a little bit for you to just kind of fill you in as you're doing your research.
So we do see some of our elementary schools, the numbers dropping, our enrollment is dropping some with people that are having a hard time being able to afford to live here. So we do see some of those numbers kind of declining in the elementary schools, which is a factor to keep in mind.
So again, if you're moving to the area, no matter what stage in your life that you're in, just know that we just feel the community offers something for everybody. The outdoor lifestyle, the retiree slow life. You're in SLO County.
And the college town.
Yeah, and then you've got the, if you're looking for something like that in downtown San Luis, you can find that. But it's not going to have like that big club life that if you're looking for. I just went through that. So, you're going to want to move to maybe another area near LA or San Francisco if you're wanting more of that nightlife, high pace, stuff. It's just our area is just a little bit slower. And that's why people gravitate. That's why I think we are, unique with that. And that's, if you're looking for that, then this is the place for you. So, I don't know what else you want to say about that.
Definitely say this is a college town vibe. And if you love to get behind a college team, like, Cal Poly Mustangs, and you want to be able to go to the football games and the volleyball games and be a part of that community, the town and the downtown region is very much Mustang green downtown. So you feel that, school spirit in town, and that's fun.
And then, and again, I would say the university brings in cultural things and, events throughout the year and all those types of things. So then, and we do have some, as we've said before in other videos, we do have like the Performing Arts Center, and we have the Clark Center here, we do have those types of things as well. So I just think we have a little bit of everything on a slower, smaller scale, very unique, very welcoming, and that's what makes the slow life, I think, very desirable. And that's why people are moving here and
move back here.
Yeah, it happens. Even when people go to Cal Poly, move away, they come back when they want to raise their family. It is proven and said many, many times. So that's what's happening here in SLO. And this is why we feel we wanted to share, some things that we know of why people choose to live here in SLO. All right, friends. So the only way that we can help you find that sweet spot here in San Luis Obispo or its surrounding areas is you've got to reach out. You got to give us a call, text, email, day, evening, weekend. It does not matter. Just remember that we have your back when you're moving to the Central Coast. And until the next video, we'll catch you later.